Hey everybody, Mark Lamas here. How you doing? Good to see you. How's everybody's hair doing? Your roots? Your blow dries? No? Not doing too good? Sorry about that. Hey, I just want to celebrate you, and I know that we're doing our own things right now. So today I wanted to practice and kind of help you out on maybe how to blow dry your hair a little bit easier at home. And because you're doing it yourself, maybe give you some tips. Maybe I'll sit in a position to help you to blow dry better for yourself. But first of all, this is my client Erica, since I don't have any clients right now. Just kidding. I wanted to make sure you guys knew who she was because we were working on her for a little bit. So I hope to do this quick. So today, because of blow drying, we've had so many little changes on how to blow dry. And a lot of times you're like, why do I not get the same results as my hairdresser? So here's some reasons why. So I could go on forever. I got them all. So this brand of brushes from a gentleman who created his own line of tools, and he works with Redken. He's a very great artist, but his name is Sam Villa. So we've got our boar bristles. We've got our boar bristles of different size and oval shaped. We've got our boar bristle that has pins in it, like a round brush like this with the ceramic center. And it also has brushes for smoothness. If you have short hair, you want to start with a smaller brush. So you would move up to the next size brush, depending if you had a little more length, or if you're working in the nape area. And then for the top and the sides and around back, for height, you would want to get something bigger like this. So I'm going to set those to the side right now. I'm going to talk about my blow dryer. Constant air and blow drying like this, turning your head upside down and blow drying it. It's not going to give you a long lasting look. It's not going to give you a smoother look. You're going to end up with the frizz that we all complain about. So in order to start with this, we want to concentrate the nozzle. Everybody takes these and hides these. I mean, I'm assuming that most people take these off and don't use them. And what you're doing is exposing the metal in front of the blow dryer to the hair and could possibly damage the cuticle with the heat from the blow dryer and leave little marks and little, and even broken pieces and burnt pieces. It's a horrible smell. We've smelled it before. So start off with a nice Sam Villa blow dryer. And one good thing about these blow dryers is that you can drop them on the ground and they don't shatter, they don't break. They're really good for that. Do you like how I'm hiding behind Maggie to hide my tummy? In beauty school we called her Maggie, but now she's Erica. She's moved up in the world. Do you want to start a good blow dry? Party. So I'm just assuming that some of you and most of you out there have side parts, okay? So we're going to just kind of isolate the round parts of the hair where one part starts turning around this way. So we're going to kind of isolate that area. And you could use a clip, you can use a ponytail, or you can use one of those clamps. And that'll help you to keep your hair in order. So you want to kind of move this out of the way. We're not going to be working on that side first. Same with this side. We're going to isolate right above the ear. Okay. This piece here is probably going to be broken into two pieces, assuming that you all wear your hair off to the side. So now we have two sections. I'm going to clip that up out of our way. Got it? There? There. So now we'll be working with the back part of the head. Same concept. The head starts turning and it goes in here. So to make your life easier, I'm going to suggest you find that part there from the back of the ear to the other side of the back of the ear and separate that. Does that seem simple? So when you're using a round brush, like if I'm using this one today, you kind of don't want to go any bigger or wider than what the brush is. You kind of want to stay, so we may have to do this in 2 sections, but I'll show you why it's easier for you at home to do 2 sections instead of 1 section in the back. So let's finish parting this off. So we're going to take where we would normally do like a little ponytail, and we would take this top. Oh, we gotta clip that off. For now, we'll just, because that's the first section we're going to work on. Any questions so far? Let me see. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Rosalie. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Annette. Hey, so now we're going to take just a little round curve off the top here. And the reason we're doing that is because the head curves again in this area. You see how it's turning down this way? And we're just going to separate that little top part out there. Now, you don't have to be consistent with your partings at home because you're doing it on your own. But I'm doing this just to show you an easy way to get your hair out of the way. Especially Eileen, you have the thickest hair in the world, and this would benefit you. Okay, so all we're going to do is break down that one last spot there into 2 pieces. And there's music going in the background. Hopefully Facebook doesn't turn my sound off. I don't think they do during live. So you notice it's about the size of the brush, okay? And the last section here, I'll come around this way so you can see. Most of you have your own system of blow drying anyways, but I'm just trying to help you out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. However you section them off is fine. You don't have to be perfect. All I want to do is show how easy it is to start blow drying. So, because we have this sectioned off, I would like to put some volume into this hair. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Guts 10. It's a mousse. I'm going to shake it up pretty good, and I'm just going to comb that through the hair. And then put it on the comb because then it easily disperses, but I don't know if it's the cold weather, but this is not foaming up for me very good. There we go. So we want to do that. Guts 10, amazing volumizer. You can put it on wet, put it on dry if you're going to restyle your hair. And then we're just going to take a little bit of Iron Set 11, and we're just going to shake it in again. Spray it on both sides. Now you want to get it evenly dispersed. And the only reason I'm using that is we're using heat. We need a little heat protection. And tomorrow if we want to get up and restyle it and use heat, the Iron Shape 11 has the memory. So it's going to remember and it's going to let you reset it with something. If you're going to curl again tomorrow, if you just blow dry today, tomorrow you're going to curl, that gives you that protection. So I'm going to take my blow dryer. And we're going to work with the brush here. Now, keeping your head down, and I said break it into 2 sections. So you're going to be working on one side like this. You turn your head up, okay? And then the other side like this. One side is going to be easier for you, depending on if you're right or left-handed. So typically I'm right-handed, it's going to be harder to get through. So what I'm going to do is turn my head, and I'm going to round brush, make sure my nozzle is the same way as my blow dryer. And I'm going to go like this. So in layman's terms, like this. Okay? We're going to get it out as far as we can. And then try to roll it up inside of it. Does that make sense? Now the reason I broke it up into 2 just so that you could utilize the dryer on both sides. Utilize like half the hair on this side and half the hair on this side. So our hair is drying pretty fast, so let's give this a couple more blows through. Now what you want to do is start rolling this up in there and changing the angle of the blow dryer underneath there, so that the underneath can get a chance to dry. You can roll it in and out. You can start all over again. Make it a game. Take your time. Don't let the heat get the heat by the brush. Don't let the heat burn the hair from the blow dryer. You can get pretty close, but don't get too close. Alright. So once that's dry, you'll kind of want to let it sit there because it's heat that's actually activating the curl into the hair. So if you want to take it out, it's not going to be as a bouncy of a curl. It's going to be a less bouncy of a curl. More flat. So if we leave it on there just a second or so till it cools off, another trick you could use is use the cool button on your blow dryer and it blows cooler air. And blow dry that way. So we'll take this, pull it out softly. Okay. And so we'll try it on this side. So it actually wasn't even, which is fine, because I know you're not going to get it even at home. And I have my heat back on the blow dryer. It's on high and it's on hot. So basically I'm working out the moisture. And you would be in this position. With this turn, you see that? Even with the blow brush. And you just go down, or you can put your brush up here. If you put your blow dryer up here, sorry, you're going to get less frizz. If you're doing this, you're going to get frizz because you're backing that cuticle into the other hairs and it can make a tangly mess. So maybe focus from here, go down, roll it up. I wish I could replace my head with her head, and that way I could actually be the one blow drying, or have longer hair and I can show you. When you're working with product in the hair, it's going to be a little harder to get the brush through. Just let it dry a little bit and it'll be a little bit easier to get through. So it feels mostly dry. I'm going to work it just a couple more like I did the other side. Put my gold cool button on. Let it sit there for a bit, hit it around both sides. So there's a fast way for you guys to get your curl to stay in a little bit better. Now I know if you have arm problems and you can't lift your shoulder, I know that's an issue. That's why you come to us and we take care of your blow dry. We can set up those appointments when we get back to the shop and we start working again. But so just take this brush out and so you finish the nape area of your hair. Okay. Now if you want to last a little bit longer, take the clips from the section you're working on next. Turn that into like a roller set and clip it. It'll get a little extra volume in there. There are clips that you can buy that won't leave marks on the hair, so you might want to consider that too. And you can always consult with me, I'll tell you which ones to get. So let's see, we're going to work on this section. So we're a little bit higher up in the head. We maybe can still do it this way with our head this way and with our brush this way. If you're ambidextrous, you're lucky, you can put your brush in this one and blow it dry in that one, and you don't have any problems. So I'm going to use a different type of brush. Right now I'm going to use the brush with the pins and the boar bristles and the nylon bristles in here. And this again is the Sandia, and it's got the ceramic on the inside. And these are all available at Panache. So on high heat again, we're going to get a smoother look because of the bristle. They're two different bristles. And you can use this through the whole hair, or you can just use it on one section of your hair. One thing I didn't do, I'm just going to spray a little bit. Doesn't need a lot. It's the Guts 10. And I'm putting it pretty close to the head because you want a lot of your volume at the top of your head. So like I was saying earlier, you can use this on dry hair also. It'll give you, if you blow dry it with the Guts in it, and then you use a curling iron, it'll give you a lot of hold. All right, and then I'll follow up with my Iron Shape 11. And I'll just put that all over. And comb it through. I know a lot of you brush or do your hair really early in the morning before you go to work. So this is your time to like recreate energy in your life, like talk to yourself. I'm like, this is gonna be a great day. I'm gonna make this day happen. Maybe you're having trouble at work. This is the time for your head to be working on improving yourself. And a lot of times when I blow dry, I'm talking to my client, interacting, but I'm also thinking about her hair. I'm thinking about how this last client turned out. I'm thinking about that. But the energy, we want to be able to create energy while we're doing something creative. And our mind is in that. You working on your own hair is going to be a way for you to have some creative justice in your life. So here we go again. Who's watching? Hi, Peggy. Hi, Rodney. Hey, Kim. All right. And I'm going to switch so that you guys can see. If you want more volume, lift your hair up higher and round brush it up like that. And that will happen to you, and then you can cuss and continue on. And because she's a doll, I don't have to be fancy. So because I'm working beside myself, behind myself, that's why I'm having difficulty with the round brush. So if I was working this way, I would be able to work well with this brush. But I don't want to be in the way. Alright, so it's almost dry again. Just go back again through it again. My body doesn't know how to turn the brush when it's this way, so I'm sure you'll have difficulty, but if all I could do is do it on this side, I would eventually learn and pick that up. So the same method with this brush is you want to let it cool. Now, if you think it's not like secure, you don't want any fuzzies, just pull it all out, pull all that hair back, and just like a roller, just put it back in there just like that. Can you see that? So we're calling this, it's kind of on base or a little bit off base, because if we had really wanted to work in volume there, we would lift it off base, up high, round brush, and you would notice that the hair is allowing for a curve at the base. So this is what we want right here, some volume. Because I don't know, her hair's been fried and bleached and then recolored. All right, so it feels cool enough. I'm not using my blow dryer. Feels cool. So I'm gonna pull this out now. So we're almost halfway done. And the reason I'm twisting it is because it's a habit. You can just pull it out. So it has a little curl in it, and the heat will still change the hydrogen bonds in the hair. So then after it really cools off, you can go in there and get a nice feel on the hair. Do you see that? Just a nice roundness to it. I love blow drying. I don't know why. I do. I maybe don't like it as much as coloring, but I do love it. But blow drying does give me that time to just think about stuff. All right, so let's go back over here this side. You all know why I'm doing that. Start on the top. Spray a little more. Make sure you get it all over, distributed. I'm doing all I can to help you guys in this time, so whatever it takes, I'm gonna do. So we'll take the same kind of brush, but without the little pins inside of it. Now it's just a nylon oval shaped brush. And we're gonna see if we can't get this curl out of here. So we wanna overlap this hair. Like, so see what I said about having the brush that's about the same size as the section. That's gonna make your life easier. And my mannequin is moving because it's on a tripod. And it's super lightweight. So. Now, here's another trick. You can always turn the brush around and aim it towards you, but you're still going to want to do the same motion on the brush. At least you're getting in there and drying some of the insides of that section. I don't know if any of my Red King crews out there, but how am I doing so far? This is a call to Mandy McCullough. Where are you? Nicole Perry, where are you? All right, so I almost got it dry here. I'm just gonna roll my brush up. Can you see? So we finished 3 sections here. And you notice I'm not doing this with the brush. I'm not disrupting the life of the hair. It's just a smooth kind of movement. So this brush, because it's so dense and more bristles, that you can actually really get a hold of that hair and pull out all that curl off. It just doesn't have the ceramic in the middle to heat up on the inside part of the hair. Okay. Oh, her head came off. I'll move her in a minute. I think I can here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we're kind of not building volume on this one. This one's just straight out of the head. So you can smoothly take that out once it cools off. If you want to brush to it, if not, leave it undisturbed. If you can see, you get a little bit of a wave in there. And then because it's a larger brush, you're going to get a larger curl in the blow dry. So you got the same smoothness. Got it? Okay. A lot of us will have side bangs. I went ahead and gave her side bangs. So I'm going to go ahead and separate what I would use for her bangs. And use this small section here to dry first. Do I need to change the size of my brush because it's a smaller section? No. I just want to make sure that I'm not using too much hair in the brush at any given time. Guts 10. And a little iron shape. And we'll comb it back through again so it's all dispersed evenly. And like on the other video we showed the other day that I did I did use the iron shape with the curling iron. So if you have that, you can use it for your blow drying also. Any heat styling tool. So this time we will use the big metal brush again, okay? With the ceramic. Zambia. So, because I want volume coming out of the head like this, I want to angle that hair straight out. This is good for bobs, this is good for layers. It should all, if you have layers, it's all going to stay in there. But this section will dry really fast. You can blow dry this towards your face, and like with the curling iron yesterday, we were talking about the curling iron that will make this blow forward or go forward if you're rolling it forward like this. If you're rolling it back, it will purposely make the hair move back. So if I wanted it forward, I would go this way. If I wanted it back, I would be blow drying this way. It's still a little wet, so I'm just going to give it a little bit more blow. Let it dry a little bit. It feels pretty dry. It's getting dark in here. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. There we go. And then just let it cool. I mean, if you don't want to let it cool, you can actually get your clip and pin it in there so it's out of your way. Being careful not to leave marks on the hair, okay? Here's the bang area. This is the part I think most people are waiting for, then up here on the top. So let's do, so she wants her hair to kind of flip back because most people aren't gonna wanna roll it forward. Unless you just want like a bob and straight down like that, then you'll want to blow dry like this, straight down. But most people would want some volume up there or it purposely to blow away from the face. One way to do that is to blow dry. Oh, you gotta have a little volume. Since I'm working away from the camera, it's hard for me to see if you guys have any questions. Let me see what's going on here. Hi. Hi, Jesse Moreno. Hi, Leah. I love when I have my salon compadres, people that I've met in the industry that come on and watch my videos and support. Makes me feel good. So we're gonna go ahead and shake up the iron shape again. Put a little bit in there. And we're gonna work on this little section here. Comb that through evenly. Okay, so all of us are going through tangled times right now. So just like her hair, we're all going through these, like the ends are just, her lives are just a mess right now, but you know what? We're here. We're gonna be fine. So I'm pulling this extremely over to the other side because I really want to get in there with the air I really want to get some volume right here. And not everybody has magic fingers to grab the hair like that. Just take your time. Rock that brush back and forth, keeping that blood air on the hair. Do I want to get back here and maybe get some of that hair? Yeah, maybe after it's rolled in and gathered in here, because that hair is going to go everywhere if it's not controlled. So if I have the hair, if you start blowing here, you're going to start getting hair poking out where you want it to look soft. So one more time because it's almost dry. So like I was saying earlier, if your bob is coming down this way, you may not want that volume up to the top. You may just want to blow dry in the front of your hair like this. So you'd be in this position. Blow drying. You can always turn your brush too this way and do it. And let it dry. So like I said, if you feel like the hair is out of control, you can gain control after you turn the blow dryer off and let the hair sit there like that. Baka, how are you? I don't just love my renters, I love everybody. I have moved downtown the Westchester area, and this house is absolutely amazing. You've seen it, but this room, I didn't know I was gonna need a studio, and now I have a studio. I can do stuff in here, and yeah, I can play my piano and my guitar. Okay, so let that cool off. And I'm just gonna put it in a big roller and pin it up. So we just had that one little section, and then I'll help you with the top of your head, because that's probably gonna be the hardest. Get this little guy here covered. I'm trying to do this so I'm not in your way. This kind of helps you not lose a lot of product. A lot of times this will spray out into the world. So just spray this on there a little bit onto the comb, and then I'll distribute it a little bit better. So I got a little bit on guts on the hair back here, so it'll blow dry while I'm blow drying. So I kind of want to see if her hair will flip right here. So we'll take this brush. Does it make sense when I'm showing you all the different directions? Because you have all these options. You don't have to do the same thing every day. Am I gonna have to clip this part of her hair up differently? Yeah, because if you want the whole head to flip up, you want to clip it so it's flipping up. And you won't forget to dry this part up here. You'll know when your hair is wet because it'll feel moist. It'll feel damp still. We're almost done. This is like watching eggs boil, huh? Blow drying. It takes forever, and then they're never done. I have a secret. I made potato salad for my mom's funeral the night before, and I did not. The eggs were still a little wet on the inside, and I had to use them. So hopefully nobody got sick. But that's why I learned to buy the eggs that are already made and not boil them at home for potato salad. Alright, so this seems pretty dry. And I'm going to let her cool a little bit. If you know me as a hairdresser, you know that I'm a pretty rough blow dryer, and I try to be as gentle as I can, but I can't help it. Sometimes I just want that hair to do what I want it to do, and it won't. All right, last clip here. So since this is being, curled differently, I'm going to curl it the way that I want it to go. Does that make sense? Yes, hopefully, to everybody. And the only section we have left is this top section here. So we want volume, right? Okay, so what we want to do is continue on what we've been doing with this Guts 10. Overall head, it's pretty much saturated in this for volume. Okay, so the section's about this big on the top, so it's not a lot to worry about. I mean, it's a lot of hair because of the length. If you have super long hair, then it could be an issue, but for the most part, you've got a small section. And just to get myself ready for round brushing this part, I believe your head is now going to be in this position where you tilt your head down, turn the brush so that it's actually, going the same horizontal as, and you're going to be going this way. I really want to focus on that volume, so I'm going to dry this bottom part first. As long as you have tension going, you can dry right into that root area. Maybe get back here. Am I out of the picture? No, just my stomach is in there. Always think about protecting your hair. If you're going to blow dry into the hair like this, you're going to hurt your hair. So let's try to remember you're going to want to try to keep it at an angle. How can I show you that? You want to keep it so that it's blowing the hair but not. It's The Walking Dead. Oh my gosh, there we go. that angle's awkward for me, but so I'm gonna go back over here. It's almost dry. I'm gonna roll all that hair down there and heat at that root. And we're almost done. Exciting, different tips. So she's gonna get a little volume right here where her bangs are going too, because we're lifting this away from her head. She should get a little bump. A little sassy bump. Like I said, you can always regroup the hair back in there and get it in there in an orderly fashion. And just gotta let that cool. So while that's cooling, I could actually pin it up. That way I don't have to stand there and hold it. And this is my last clip. So when you do buy clips, you can get them so that they are smaller than this. Or you can just do the little duckbill ones. They're metal, they're kind of small and aluminum. And you can get those at grocery stores. All right, so I'm taking these out and they feel really cool. It's like they've had time to dry. Okay, so the only thing that I'm worried about here is she's gonna look different when we go to take all this down. So don't, you can actually just see that there are different ways to blow dry your hair. So I'm gonna take this brush, it has Sambia, it has both the pins and then the nylon brushes in there also. So I'm just gonna softly run through there. So that one's going that way. Brushing through all these. See how they get a little lift? Get a little lift. And my bangs should be done. So this is the one that's kind of going forward because we rolled this one. Yeah, we rolled this one forward. So she's got a nice little curl at the bottom, and then we're gonna take the bangs out. And the bangs are going to go this way because that's the way she got her hair cut. And this feels good. So you can see that she's got a little volume up at the top. She's got a nice smooth, it's gonna all be curled into place. Her bangs are going off to the side. And this is flipping up a little bit here. I actually have a client, I used to have a client that always wanted her hair to do this on the ends. It's kind of a beach wig, but it wasn't the whole thing, it was just this. So does anybody want to learn how to do a beach wig next week? Because I can do that class. Anybody? Anyone? All right, so this is the Bakersfield Blow Dry for all you women and men that are stuck at home. Okay, men, get on your wife good side and start blow drying their hair for them in the morning. I know I have to blow dry my husband's hair every morning. And he likes it rough when it comes to blow drying because he puts tons and tons of texturizer in his hair. So you guys like? She's my little doll. So you can comb it however you want to. I know because I put volume here, I got a little split so I can blend those two together. I can push that up a little bit if I want a little bit of more height. There you go. So Blow Dry 101, Mark Lum with the Sambia tools. Sambia blow dryer. And I just think, guys, everybody, hopefully I could help a little bit. I know that it takes a long time to blow dry your hair, but how long were we on? Well, I can't see time here, but work hard and do something different while you're off. You might as well try something. You might as well try to blow dry your own hair and enjoy it. Like I said, we're home. It's okay. And we're all gonna be safe. So take care of yourself. Mark Lamas, Panache Salon. If you need to order Guts 10 or Iron Shape 11, I have plenty in stock. I can deliver it and drop it off in your door. We'll charge your card, and I'm doing that with all my skincare and all my hair care and all of my Glow cosmetics. So anybody interested, and I can help you out, and it would help me out greatly. Thanks for everything, guys. Have a good night.